Hey everyone, and welcome again to Explore Your Roots. Today I want to show you and talk through some tips I have for restoring old pictures and photographs. Old pictures are always fun and interesting to look at, and they can really give us a lot of information about the past, such as what people looked like when they were younger, or maybe even what a place looked like a long time ago. But sadly, a lot of pictures just don't age well, but there are a few tips and things we can do to try to restore them as good as possible. And one tool I really enjoy using is Photoshop, which does require a subscription but is very useful and is one of the best out there. The tool I want to go over today is called the Clone Stamp tool. Basically, this tool paints one part of an image using another part of the same image. If that sounds a bit confusing, don't worry. I will go over how to use it and show you exactly what it means. So this photo here is of my grandma Joan Johnson when she was little, and I did a previous episode looking at the patch tool, and I may use that tool a little bit today as I introduce the Clone Stamp tool as we finish fixing this image up. So we'll start by duplicating the background, which is Control J, which I've done in the last episode, and as you can see here I can toggle on and off, and it's basically good as a reference just to look at how you're going and how your progress is going. So the Clone Stamp tool is located over here in this menu right here, and it looks like a stamp. So basically if you hold this down, you'll come and highlight Clone Stamp tool, and that will activate the stamp. So if you come over here and look at the menu, I'm going to keep everything default, except for this one is the one that you may want to change, and this basically just changes the size of the clone stamp. You can basically see how the stamp is getting bigger as I move this over. Okay, so now getting into it, I'm going to zoom in and kind of look at this border up here. And sometimes you may want to keep things like this, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to try to take it off and revert it to looking like a normal photograph. So to get a point of reference, you're going to click Alt and then click on where you want the source to start. So let's make this a little bit bigger first. And you'll click Alt and see how the cursor changes, and then you'll click, and that's your point of reference. See how now I come up here and it's gray. So basically it's because I'm painting over this area using the area that I clicked Alt in. So I'm going to start by just painting over. And see how I start to get that edge over there up here. So basically you can click Alt again in another spot and keep on coloring. And I kind of like that color shading a little bit better, so let's keep that and we'll just keep moving. And you can even come and click up there and we can come back and fix that. So now I'm going to use the patch tool a little bit to fix up some of these textures, and if you want to see how to use that, I'll leave a link in the description below on the last video that I did showing how to use that tool. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the little bit trickier spots down here below using the Clone Stamp tool again. One thing the Clone Stamp tool is good at is extrapolating different patterns and surfaces. So we can see here, I think this is like a couch that my grandma is sitting on, and you can come down here and you can see kind of how the pattern, there's this line right here that goes across. So we're going to try to extrapolate that along this. So Alright, and there it is, a quick and easy way to fix up old photographs. Thanks for tuning in today, and if you like this tutorial, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment on some other techniques you'd like to learn. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you next time.